Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rhodey and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
G'day and welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast. Diz, pleasure to talk fishing with you tonight.
Rhodey, great to be here with you, mate. All the better now we've cracked the top off one of these frothies, and let's get stuck into what's a great episode coming up for you listeners out there. Rhodey, who we got today?
Diz, we've got a repeat guest. He was so good we had to get him back.
Yeah, we love some of these repeat guests. We've had some absolute crackers over the years, and this one's up there. We're glad to have him back. Who is it, Rhodey?
Josh Davey, Diz. He is a gun fisher.
Yeah, we're looking forward to having another chat with Josh. He's done some epic stuff lately. His boat is decked out. We had a lovely day on the water. Harry kindly took us out on his lovely North Bank, and we had Josh out there in his beautiful Seafarer. And we won't give too much more away, Rhodey, and we'll let him talk about his boat later. So without further ado, mate, let's get stuck into today's episode and kick it off with the oranges and lemons.
Is it further ado or further ado?
Further ado. Did I say Jew?
Yeah, it sounded a bit weird anyway.
I might have just extenuated the do.
I'm not really meaning to go off track this early, but I couldn't help but point that out.
Further ado.
All right, Diz, what's your orange?
Well, Rhodey, it's been a busy fortnight, I'd say. But if I had to find myself a highlight, it would be the weather.
Oh, how good's the last 2 or 3 days been? Spring is almost here.
The weekend was excellent. Just that, I think when you come out of winter and you get a 20-degree day, 22-degree day, you're just lapping up the sun and loving it.
I think Saturday was 18 and it felt beautiful.
Yeah.
Just the sun does it for you.
That's right. And, you know, it won't be long and we'll be starting to complain about the heat. But at the moment, I'm loving this
The
weather.
only thing about the weather is now it's cold at night. I've literally just taken off my beanie to put this headset on.
Yeah, it is still cold and it's still fresh in the mornings.
Yeah.
Still very fresh. Rhodey, what's your orange bee, mate?
Diz, I could do a little mini lemon, but this bloody week off footy finals for the buys, no good. But orange is, footy finals is upon us. The power is playing. We can't wait to get around it.
Absolutely. It's, it's jam-packed from here, isn't it?
It is, Diz. Tommy Jonas almost said farewell on the weekend.
Yes. Yeah. He'll be pushing hard, but you can't, not that I'm a selector, but you can't help but feel like he might be at a stretch if we're at our full power.
Great friend of the show and former guest, so congratulations on an outstanding career to Tommy Jonas. Good luck to the power. We are heading over to the grand final, Diz. I've confirmed that.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Win, lose or draw, we'll be there.
Absolutely. The Punters Club is very much looking forward to it.
I think I'm going to get the best bed at the accommodation. You're all going to buy me beers because I've pretty much funded this trip.
No, that could not be further from the truth. For anybody listening who really wants to know the truth, Rhodey is at the bottom.
I got the certainty up and going, mate.
Very good. All right, well, I'll roll us straight into a lemon, shall I? So we managed to get away. It was my birthday last week. Thanks for the birthday post you did for me. Not.
Oh, yeah.
Pathetic. Anyway, we'll move on from that. That might be my lemon. But we did get away fishing for the weekend. Millie's family came along. It was a great little weekend away. For anybody who follows the socials closely, you'll notice that I put a little reel up after our weekend away. And for those who are particularly interested, they'll notice that there wasn't many fish.
Yeah, Diz, and the other lemon probably is your inability to put a post up or a story. You're a bit of a one-trick pony with the reels.
Didn't have a heck of a lot to talk about on the fishing front. We did have a great weekend. It was lovely to be out in the water. Like I said, the weather was excellent. But on the fishing front, it left a bit to be desired, mate. We probably ended up with 5 or 6 squid and 6 whiting or something like that.
So did you put in the hard yards or were you a bit of a fair weather fisherman?
Well, we did have a dodge tide on Sunday. Saturday.
We've caught fish on the dodge before.
Yeah, but look, give me an excuse, will you?
Oh, I'm giving you nothing, mate.
Anyway, the day before, though, Friday, managed to wrangle Friday off work, and we had no excuse. The tides were good. The weather was glorious. Just nothing.
All right, Diz, I'm going to roll that into my lemon.
Okay.
What happens when your mate has a birthday, takes a bit of crowd over the shack? What do you expect? You expect an invite.
Yours must have got lost in the mail.
It dead set must have got lost in the mail. All that happened is you rock up at my house on Thursday afternoon to pick up all the fishing gear and say, by the way, you're not coming.
See you, champ.
So that's my lemon, and that's an easy lemon.
That is a relatively easy lemon, but I don't know. It's a bit of a stitch up. You probably didn't really want to be there. Did you?
Grow up, mate. I would have got you on the fish.
Oh, loose call. Rody, let's do a bit of a merch update because we've obviously got our monthly photo comp running, which is always a good time. What's the listeners expecting?
Diz, I'm going to break the rules here.
Oh,
It's just before the end of August. We're going to finish the August competition a couple of days early.
oh, geez, that feels rebellious.
And we're going to announce the winner, Diz. This man, woman or child who's about to get their prize announced,
Yes.
sent us through a beautiful pic on the weekend, Diz. It is off Instagram. It is the greatest of the rod. Greatest of the rod. He caught a beautiful trout, Diz.
Oh,
Have you seen the picture? You up to date with it?
It's a great post.
It's a good-
and he thanked us for sharing it,
He did.
which we love.
And a good size for a local fish.
Oh, excellent size, mate. More often than not, those fish you catch in those little creeks and that, you can fit them on your palm of your hand.
And
Mate, that thing's a beast.
if the greatest of the rod is listening, we might get him in here, Diz, and he might be able to run some sort of a photography tutorial for you because he's captured that thing beautifully.
Why do I all of a sudden need a photography?
Oh, just because you were no good on the weekend, mate.
You are. That is a whack and a half.
But,
But it's an excellent photo.
He's figured out the long arms.
Yeah, he has figured out the long arms.
And whatever he's done, he's really done a good job at capturing the colours of the beautiful trout.
Yeah, it is. It's a rainbow number.
It is, Diz, and I'm just looking here. Braden Rodley is the name behind the greatest of the rod.
Yeah, nah. Shout out to you, Braden. Epic work. We love that. Thanks for sending it in. Thanks for sharing it with us. And well done to you. So there'll be a bit of a prize pack coming your way, of course, thanks to Shimano.
Beautiful, Diz. And what's happening in September, mate?
Well, September's huge, Rody. It's absolutely enormous because we're giving away a prize pack, aren't we?
Yeah, Diz, we're going to release the full details of this one at the start of September, but it is a rod and reel combo.
So this
Couple of squid jags.
This absolutely got the tails wagging, so to speak, last time when we did the whiting comp, didn't it?
It is, Diz, and this time we're moving on to another great species to target this time of year, and the humble squid.
Yes, this is a great little squid outfit. Like you said, we will keep the details to ourselves just for the minute, build that anticipation, but safe to say, if you've got some good squid photos, then start sending them through, because it's going to be a huge month with an epic giveaway. Thanks again to Shimano. We'll release some info on it, Roddy, our next episode.
No, I reckon we'll go 1st of September. We'll put a post up.
1st of September. Beautiful. Look forward to that.
I suppose the great thing about this one is it opens it up to more your land-based fishers too. We did have a few land-based whiting, but they're probably harder to come across.
Yeah, there's something for everyone here.
So this is everyone's chance to win a prize.
Yeah, get them in. We loved the photos last time. Had a great collection of great fishing adventures with your family, your friends, everything in between. It was brilliant, Rody.
All right, Diz, enough of that. That's more to come. Let's get into the news.
Rody and Diz have been searching far and wide to bring you the latest news across all fishing in the state, and will give you the rundown on what you need to know.
Rody, kick us off the news to start with. There is more news announced around the Cape Jervis jetty, which we have been discussing, I think, the last episode, maybe even the one before that. Can you give the listeners a bit of an update?
Diz, you're not going to like this. The Department of Infrastructure and Transport have advised Recfish SA that this is an official quote. The jetty at Cape Jervis cannot be retained. It has also been determined impractical to contract a replacement.
Oh, flattening.
Not good, is it, Diz? Recfish have said they'll be looking for alternative options to be explored for recreational fishing with council and other key stakeholders. I'd say good luck, but good on them for having a crack.
Tell you what, they could do with a new ramp down there.
Yeah, Diz, let's pick our battles here. Let's keep the jetty first.
They could do a new ramp, build sort of some kind of jetty structure along with it.
Yeah, it does surprise me you never got into the marine sort of planning phase of your life. But if you want a career change, I reckon you can go get a job down there.
Yeah, it's a huge call early,
it,
but no, it's very disappointing news, Rody.
It's rubbish, Diz, and we have had some posts lately from squid getting caught off there, real big ones. And as we say, disappointing that the public cannot, get around the fishing down there.
Yeah, and look, Wreckfish's post does outline very well the fact that the wreck fishing community would see this as a real whack, because we know now, after the findings that have been coming out, about how much wreck fishing contributes to the state. And every time we see this sort of stuff where, we can't do anything about it, or we can't afford to replace it, or we can't do this and we can't do that, the wreck fishing community just sees it as a whack. And it's great to have Wreckfish SA standing up for us. They're certainly putting their best foot forward. We've seen that time and time again, and we thank them for their efforts. We really do hope that something can be done, Rody. We do, Diz. And just for background, that is to do with the new Sealink Ferry, isn't it? Yeah.
Just, I don't know. I think we covered that last time, but we probably didn't make it clear today.
Well, those new jetties have, those new boats have been, we released that
months
ago.
Yeah.
Quite a while ago. But that was...
Are they due middle of next year?
Yeah, I think they wanted to have them maybe for sort of, the middle part towards the end of next year, obviously for school holidays, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll see what happens there. More to come. Watch this space. We'll be making sure we keep across the news, Rody. Let's move on to some news coming out of Whyalla. So there's a charter operator down there closing down, Rody. Not good news.
It's not, Diz, and I'm reading here on the Spencer Golf Adventures Facebook page. He's had to close up shop. It says here, today my license is sold and I'm heartbroken, but I'll be okay. Just wanted to say a personal FU to the government and PERSA for the lack of support, destroying and mismanagement of the fishery.
Yep. Well, we're gonna absolutely send our sympathy and empathy to this bloke. He has put up some absolutely cracking photos of what can only be described as some absolute donkey snapper. And clearly that industry, the charter industry, has just copped whack after whack because of what's happened to that fishery. So our thoughts are with you, mate. We thank you for everything you've done. No doubt had plenty of smiles on your boat and the trips you've taken people out down that way.
And Diz, Whyalla is a known hotspot, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's a few operators down there, but there has been another one over on the Eyre Peninsula not too long ago that had closed down quite a few months ago.
The name is Cape Jervis.
Yeah. So it's not uncommon to see these guys struggling, and unfortunately this one's obviously been tipped over the edge and had to get rid of the license. So we do have our thoughts with you, mate.
All right, Diz, what's next?
Righty, so this was an interesting one, mate. We sent this through to each other basically at the exact same time. It was some information which I first saw on the Marine Safety newsletter, which comes through to my inbox once every month or so.
Yep, same.
And I was just having a flick through that, and I think their headline article was that you no longer need to display your boat registration sticker, which I thought was welcomed news, certainly by us and I'm sure a lot of other boat owners, because they stick like buggery.
Oh, yeah, you need a bit of teacher oil to get them off, don't you?
And if you're sitting there with a paint scraper or something stupid trying to get one off every year, if you get a bit lazy, you'll just whack another one on and you can just see the years tick by, you know. But, welcome news here. They were never really relying on that. There was obviously electronic updates always happening in the background for officers and officials to be able to check the registration of your boat. So it just seems like a sensible move. Also handy for them not to have to post out registration stickers, so on and so forth.
And this comes into effect from September 1.
Yeah.
So it's just around the corner.
Yep.
I might go scrape it off tonight.
Yeah, I reckon get rid of it, mate.
We're not going out between now and then?
Nah, get rid of it.
All right, Diz, what else?
Well, Rody, so there's been some Murray cod sightings in the Bookmark Creek, Rody. Very interesting about this one. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so for the first time in 12 years, this is a creek connected to the Murray River. It's up near Renmark, Diz, and I think we've actually fished this creek before.
I was going to say, I think we've been down this one.
And from experience, look, that would have been 4 or 5 years ago, and there were definitely no cod in it that day.
No.
We would have found them if they were.
Oh, geez, we'd flick some lures in.
Plenty of carp.
Goodness gracious me. But yeah, look, pleasing news.
It did. So they found Murray cod and spangled perch, which is really nice, Diz. They found 8,000 fish, and the Murray cod and some of the other native fish were in lesser numbers, but it was encouraging to see. They found this using electro fishing techniques where they zap the water, float to the top, catch them and count them.
Yeah. Wow.
I'd love to do that one day.
Yeah, the technology these days. Quite
so
amazing.
It's an 8-kilometre and a branch of the Murray River that bypasses Lock 5 and 13 kilometres of the river's main channel.
Anytime we see them, when it's a good sign of species and the reproduction of those species, particularly a native as beautiful and as elusive as the Murray cod, it's great news, Roddy.
Diz, can we put this down to the floods too soon?
Well, look, if there's a positive coming out of them, then let's take them.
Looking at the pictures in these fish, they weren't breeding. These ones weren't born during the floods, but it could have helped them to get access to it or whatever else.
Yeah, certainly, and I suppose that just flushes a whole bunch of other life and nutrients and whatever else into the area. So hopefully it's a bit of positive out of what has obviously been a very destructive event and put a lot of people at turmoil already. So it's good to see something hopefully good coming out of it.
It is, Diz. This next one's a good news story too.
Yeah, whales in the Port River, unbelievable, hey?
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't know who first posted. I think I saw SA Angler had a clip of it, and it was quite phenomenal seeing that. And think it was good friend of the show, Goody, who sent us saying, geez, you just couldn't help but feel like you just wanted to drop everything and get down there to have a look or launch the boat or whatever it might have been to get your first-hand view of it. But, yeah, quite amazing, Rhodey.
Obviously a reminder that that's illegal to go up to them deliberately.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna break the rules, but you are allowed to have your boat in the water and you can view them from afar, Rhodey.
I just know you're, not always quite as up to date with the rules.
So what else can you tell us about these whales in the Port River if you're such a guru about them?
They were humpbacks, I believe.
They probably weren't.
No, they were.
Oh, dear. Good news story, that one.
Diz, I reckon we might finish it there.
Made you feel good, I reckon.
Should we keep moving?
I think we should. We certainly probably need to wrap it up there. Rhodey, let's get stuck into the next segment, mate.
Now it's time for Rhodey and Diz to really show you what it means to have all the gear with a lot of idea as they review a tackle item of the week.
Rhodey, we've got a very good little tackle item for those out there. It's quite amazing to think back over all of these episodes. I know we started with a joke and you killed that off, which was disappointing, but once we moved on to the tackle item, we've covered a lot of ground.
Would this be a weird tackle item given we don't own it?
Well, yes, but it was probably a recent trip that sparked my interest in it.
All right, Diz, tell us.
So we all love getting away, right? We know we love getting away into the great outdoors, flicking a line, having a good time with your mates. And one thing I will let you know about that is that you want to take care of the gear that you've got. We've been fortunate enough to own some really great quality Shimano gear, and we do travel far and wide with some of this stuff. We'll tow the boat away. We'll go on an extended trip away. We'll go down York's camping, so on and so forth. And we do have some setups whereby we can protect our gear, but not everybody does have that, Rhodey. And so you want to have an option. And fortunately, Shimano do an excellent range of luggage and travel tubes.
Rod tubes would be the word.
Yeah.
Did you get that out?
Yeah, but they're, travel tubes, rod tubes, whatever you want to call them.
And I'm just having a look on their website, Diz, 3 sizes.
Yeah, which is handy because you want to be able to cater to all things. You might have size restrictions or whatever it might be that you know, if you're heading away, you can't take too much gear or whatever. So it's good that they've got a range of different sizes already. Talk us through the range.
So 122, 190 and 220 centimetres. They're made of PVC, covered in, I think it's probably a nice sort of nylon, would you say?
Yeah, it certainly looks like that. And
hardware and cloth. and are nylon lined for added protection.
Yeah,
They come with a handle so you can chuck them over your shoulder, Diz.
Yeah, excellent. We love that.
A bit of padding in the ends. They look really good, Diz, and I think we'll add that to our shopping list next time we're down at Sports Fishing Scene, will we?
Oh, I think so, mate. Absolutely. I think it's just handy for, if you own a ute or you have a little car or whatever and you want to throw it on the roof or something like that. Those tubes are handy.
I've got two things to say, Diz. You're not about to break it to me that you snapped one of our rods, are you?
No.
You sure?
No.
It sounds like
I wouldn't dare, mate. I wouldn't dare.
And this will be.
We have been in that situation where a mate of ours snapped. I thought, oh, geez.
So this will be a nice replacement for that PVC rod holder you made and managed to glue both ends together with PVC pipe glue.
Yeah, it's certainly an upgrade from that. That's for sure. So yeah, get yourself down to your local tackle store and grab yourself one of them if you're heading away for a weekend fishing, Rody.
Diz, great tackle item. Let's get that ASAP. I do not want you breaking my rods.
No, I won't. Definitely not. Rody, let's get the guest on the line.
Now it's time to get our guest on the line. We'll ask them the all-important 5 questions, then chat all things fishing in SA.
All right, Diz, we are very pleased to be joined by Josh Davey. He's a marine biologist. He's a guru fisherman, and he has been doing some serious work on his boat. So we're going to chat about all of that in a minute. Josh, welcome to the show.
G'day, boys. Thanks for having me again. It's good to be here.
Great to have you on, mate. Thanks for giving us your time. And we won't go through the 5 questions, mate, because we did them with you last time, but we will definitely give you an opportunity to update us maybe on your best catch of late.
We'll just remind you what you told us last time. You had a 126 centimetre kingfish at Port Augusta.
Bang.
That was your best fish at the time. That was August 2021. Have you gone better?
Yeah, I have. I was pretty lucky to nail a 162 centimetre king.
Bang.
Last season. And also between then I caught my first barrel tuna as well. So it's probably a bit of a tie between those two, I reckon, for the best fish.
All right, fill us in. So the barrel tuna, was that Port Mac?
It was, yeah, yep.
On a lure, live bait, what'd you do?
On a pilchard of all things. It was pretty cool. So 3 days with a couple of us. So Michael Steele and his Davey Craft and Jared Glaister from the Fishing Charter.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3 days down at Port Mac. We got a fish on the first day. Absolutely nothing on the second day. Day 3, I reckon we were like 8 or 9 hours into the day, hadn't seen bugger all. And on our way to the ramp, we just happened to see one bird and one seal, and we're like, oh, we'll quickly stop, we'll have a look. We pulled up. The sounder just lit up with barrels underneath us. So we just all freaked out, started shoveling pillies over the side, and before we knew it, we had a massive eruption of all these barrels jumping out the back of the boat. So we frantically chucked a pilly on 2 of the rods. Jared chucked in, I chucked in, and double hook up as soon as it hit the water.
Oh, that's nuts. Did you land them both?
We did, yeah. It was pretty chaotic, and Jared's was on spin as well. So,
heck. Oh, geez, that makes us jealous. Far out. We've been down there a few times. Seen a bit of action, but haven't been lucky enough to land one yet. So we'll just be very jealous of that story, actually, Rody, I think.
Well, to put it into perspective, I reckon I did at least 12 trips down there before I even hooked one.
That makes us feel a little bit better.
Yeah, they don't come easy sometimes. And for some people, they do.
Yeah. Talking about not coming easy, tell us about the kingfish. Your last one was Port Augusta, the same again?
Oh, this one wasn't actually.
Ooh, secret.
Little bit secret. But this was a session from hell pretty much. So, I think we landed 5 fish that morning.
Wow.
And there wasn't a single fish under 150.
Oh wow. How epic. Okay, we might not do fishing stories with Josh anymore.
Well, yeah, just happened to stumble across this rogue school and they were just eating, and it was just one of those days where everything happened. But to make that even better, that was the first time I put this boat on the water.
I was going to say, I think if my memory serves me correctly, I did see that fish you landed was in your boat, which we're really keen to hear about. So we'll tell the listeners out there, we had a great day on the water with Harry. I think it was earlier this year. Is that about right? And we were out there on the water with you, mate. That boat is an absolute weapon. Over to you. You're the man to talk about it. Tell us about your rig.
So it's a 1980s Seafarer VC. But it's one of the factory center consoles. They only put out about 100 of them. Now, being that old, it's obviously had a complete rebuild. So floor, stringers, transom, new Yamaha 70 on the back. And I've just been chipping away at it for probably the last, pretty much 12 months now, I reckon. And it's getting there. It's coming along.
And it's certainly like when we were out there that day, we were Cape Jervis, we went over to KI, did all that, and there's plenty of big, expensive boats. And it's cool to see you out there in your boat just loving it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's what I tell everyone. It doesn't look like much. I mean, it's only a 4.7 metre centre console, but I will give some much, much, much bigger boats a run for their money. Like a heavy fiberglass deep V hull just eats up the chop and swell. So, yeah, it's a very well-built boat. And
tell us about the winter projects. What have you been chipping away at lately?
So, obviously, when I got it, it was pretty rough. It had just had its fresh major rebuild, so that was the main reason I bought it. So I ended up driving over to Wagga Wagga with one of my friends, Adrian, overnight, spur of the moment. I saw this thing advertised and I was like, yep, I have to get this thing. Like, I've been looking for one for so long, I have to get it. So yeah, we drove over to Wagga Wagga, picked it up, and I'll be honest, when I rocked up after that 16-hour drive or whatever it was, I wasn't that impressed. Like,
oh, really?
This thing was rough as guts. Like, the windscreen was hanging off. Like, it was trashed. And
no.
It wasn't the cheapest project boat in the world to buy. Like, yeah, it was. I expected a little bit more for the money, but that's all right. Soldiered on, drove that far. Yeah. So brought it back. So what have we done? So the trailer was pretty rough. That was sort of the first port of call. So with the help of one of my good friends, Andrew Vidian, we completely stripped the trailer and rebuilt it. So re-welded some new cross members on it and just gave it a good tidy up.
Epic.
And then just got stuck into it. I don't even really know where to start. So completely stripped the wiring after that. Because all of the wiring was in shocking condition. I think I actually took it out for a first little test with no rods or anything, just at O'Sully's, and I couldn't even start it. So, yeah, started stripping the wiring, discovered how corroded and how poorly done everything was, and just said, nah, bugger it, rip it all out. Let's just start this thing from scratch. So obviously when I rewired it, that was a good opportunity to change all of the electronics as well. So ended up putting a 12-inch Simrad Evo 3S in it and a 9-inch Simrad Go. So it's got two big TV screens in a little boat.
Yeah.
Rebuilt the center console, the windscreen, and then I guess more recently it's got a little bit of a paint job.
Yep.
And also put some of that EVA flooring in it as well. Haven't been on the water with that yet, but first impressions are it's pretty damn comfy compared to the bare fiberglass slippery floor that it did have.
You'll be loving getting used to that, I reckon, on those long days on the water, mate.
Oh, it's going to be awesome because that is one thing in summer. Like, you don't exactly want to wear shoes on the boat, right?
Yeah.
And, yeah, the floor can be pretty slippery and also pretty harsh on your feet too, right? Especially the way I drive. Yeah, looking forward to that. The only thing I am a little bit scared of is tuna blood and squid ink.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. And tell us, Josh, you put the electric motor in. Have you been out with that? And we're sure you're going to put that to good work when we're drifting past you and you're just sitting right on the spot.
That's the plan anyway. So a bit of backstory. My previous boat, I had a 4.8 metre Brooker tinny, and that had a motor guide on it. So pretty well for the last 2 or 3 years, I've always had an electric motor.
Yeah.
And it's been a tough year this year not having one.
Yeah.
Like, once you've had one, it's just an absolute game changer, like, for everything, right? Not just for fishing your structure for your broom and that sort of stuff. I'm talking being able to go out to some of your marks out in the Gulf, being able to spot lock instead of anchoring. When you're drifting off the Cape and the tide's absolutely pumping, you can just slow right down. Or on the flip side, if you just go out squidding on one of those mill pond glass calm days and you've got no drift, you can just bump the electric into gear and away you go. It's that, in my opinion, if you're going to spend the money on one thing on your boat, that is it.
There you go, Rody. We're sold.
Well, we've been talking
Going
about
down
an
the shop
electric
tomorrow.
motor for so long, and you've just about tipped us over the edge.
Look, they're not cheap. That's the thing. Like, this, even this little project with the motor guide sort of blew out the budget a little bit. But just a quick little shout out to the Cable Shed, which is a little local business. They massively helped me out with a proper 24-volt lithium battery for it.
Yeah.
And he did all the wiring and all the rigging, and he's done an immaculate job. So if you're looking at going down that path, I'd definitely hit up the Cable Shed on Instagram.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we've seen that on your Instagram stories, and that certainly a very, very tidy job, and you've done an epic job on the boat, mate. It looks great. We can't wait to see it out on the water very soon. Yeah, awesome, mate. Love hearing that. So you not your first build. What was your tinny like when you first bought it, mate? Was it in a state of disrepair as well, or?
Yeah, are you sensing a bit of a trend?
Well, I'm talking to you. I think you're a bit of a project boat type of guy by the sounds. I think you've got experience with it.
You like the flippers, flip their houses. You just flip boats.
Yeah, that'd be all well and good if you actually made money off of them. Yeah, the tinny. Look, I'll be honest. The tinny was probably in better nick than this was when I first got it, and I think that's what really drove me to invest so much time and money into building this Seafarer up. But yeah, I ended up building our own cast deck for the front of that tinny. That had a full rewire job as well. But yeah, definitely nothing to the extent that this Seafarer's had. But believe it or not, that tinny wasn't my first boat either. I bought a little sports craft when I was 13, I reckon.
Ooh, okay.
So my argument back then, my parents were getting stuck into me saying, "Oh, you just bloody saved up all your money. You should be buying a car." Rah, rah, rah. And I was like, "Oh, nah." My argument is that there's heaps of people with cars that want to go out fishing.
That's exactly right.
But they don't have boats, so I think I'll be able to get it around fine. Yeah. And the thing is, I've met lifelong friends from just advertising, "Hey, I've got a boat, don't have a car, don't have a license. Anyone want to come out fishing?" Yeah. So, yeah.
And tell us about your other vessel. Tell us about your kayak. You've been doing the damage on some of the local reservoirs over winter.
Yeah, so I'd like to take credit and say that it is my kayak, but believe it or not, it's a little bit of a donation at the moment from the previous shout-out, Andrew Vidian.
What a man.
I'm pretty lucky. So I had a Hobie Pro Angler 14 for many years. I ended up selling it to sort of fund this Seafarer project.
Yep.
My justification was that, honestly, I wasn't using it all that much. The Pro Anglers are big, heavy, had to trailer it everywhere, and it was just a massive inconvenience. So I was using the boat all the time, right?
Yeah.
But then found that I was starting to miss it quite a bit. The local brim comps with the Brim Master SA, for instance, all the reservoirs open. yeah, I sort of had a bit of FOMO. And then, yeah, just out of the blue, Andrew said, hey, I've got this Hobie Outback. If you want to use it, we can sort of come to a bit of an arrangement, and haven't looked back. So, yeah, that's been really good because I'm able to just chuck it on the roof and away we go. It's actually quite a good little all-round kayak if you're looking to get into it.
Yeah, epic, mate. And you got the Brewmaster coming up. It's the Onk
yeah,
one,
so
isn't it?
we've got the Onk round on the 6th of August.
Yeah, cool.
So, yeah, looking forward to that.
Been getting out there and scouting out where they are, or?
I would love to say that I have, but unfortunately not very much. I think I've got down there maybe twice in the last couple months, but it's been fishing quite well, so we'll see how we go. But yeah, in terms of mods to the kayak, I sort of said to Andrew that, hey, if I'm going to be using this thing, how about I deck it out and that'll be my sort of contribution to it.
Yeah.
So I put the Simrad Go 9 from my boat on it. So I bought a second transducer and fitted it with the Burley Pro transducer cover. Obviously got a live well for it to fish these comps. What else have I done? I've changed the hatch in the center from a round one to a square one, which if you guys own a Hobie, I would strongly recommend that. And more recently, again, another little donation. We're doing all right here from Alex Whitehead at Boats Water on Marine Moonta. He donated his old power pole to the cause of the communal kayak, so I just fitted that up last week. And if you don't know what a power pole is, it's just this little electronic shallow water anchor. So it's a pole. You wear a little lanyard around your neck, and if you're in under 2 meters of water, you press a little button and that pole drives into the sand.
Diz, we need some more mates like Josh's.
Yeah,
right.
No, you've done very well with all your projects, Josh. We're very impressed. Now, we want to talk about the fishing side of things again. Tell us about your winter fishing. What have you been catching, whiting? I think you did the bloodworm run this year. Is that right?
Yeah, so I had the bloodworm run, I think 2 weeks ago now. I could not believe how thick that was. I haven't done it for a few years now, and sort of prepped a few of the boys saying, hey, we might be out here for a few hours. I didn't exactly expect to be in and out in less than half an hour. So,
wow. And that was the bag limit, was it? The boat limit?
Oh, pretty much. Like, you wouldn't want any more, honestly.
Yeah.
But they were properly thick.
So more than previous years when you've done it?
Definitely. Yeah. I've only done it a handful of times, mind you. I think I've only done it twice before that. But yeah, it was no comparison. I've never seen so many before.
Wow, that's hectic. Oh, that's awesome, mate. You'll have stocked up for a while then.
Yeah, I think so. Might need to go out and give them a crack on the whiting, see how they like them. I'm sure they do.
Absolutely. And mate, you were nailing the tuna. You've obviously done some epic work on them. It was a great season, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad in the end. I think everyone had their doubts at the start with all the dirty water, and the water was quite cold and they just sort of weren't showing up. But yeah, the local metro run was just so much fun. Being able to head out after work just for a few hours off of those sullies and grab a couple, even though they weren't the biggest of fish. I think I sort of only got them up to maybe 10 kilo, 11 kilo. But I was just going out there with pretty much snapper gear and little 20-gram medals, right? Yeah. Just a little bit of after work fun on a hot, glassy summer's day. It was the best. And yeah, Victor sort of came good in the end as well. There were plenty off the Cape. So yeah, it was a good little season in the end.
Yeah, it was
just wouldn't mind it a bit bigger.
Yeah, unbelievable those metro fish really, weren't they?
It was so good. And it was so good to see how busy everywhere was as well, right? Like, yeah, I understand why people don't like it, but it's just good to see everyone so excited and just keen to get amongst it.
Yeah. It changes the game a bit, like you say, when you can sort of just duck out there after work for a couple of hours, like when you don't have to sort of sit in the car for a few hours to get somewhere and all that. Like, it was epic how close they were, like right on our doorstep. So, yeah, crazy year. Certainly good fun. What are you looking forward to this year, mate? Are you looking forward to getting stuck into the tuna again when they arrive? You got any comps planned, or you're not looking too far ahead?
Yeah, I'm sort of taking each day as it comes at the moment. I mean, I've got goals, but whether they actually come through or not is another story. Yeah, I think I'll spend a fair bit of time on the tuna this year. That's going to be a pretty big thing. And I wouldn't mind spending a bit more time just doing a bit of micro jigging and bottom bouncing for the reefies like the blue morwong and nanny guy. Got a few locally, but nothing too extreme. So spending the time to work those out will be a bit of fun, I reckon.
Beautiful, Josh. Well, we look forward to following all your adventures on social media, and hopefully we'll see you out there for a fish in the upcoming months.
Sounds good, boys. I'm sure you will.
Love it, mate. Thanks for coming on the show. Great to hear about everything you've been up to, and we'll chat to you soon.
No problems. Thanks for having me again.
Geez, Rody, it was good to chat with Josh. Great to hear about his boat. He's done some extensive upgrades.
Diz, the boat looks great. It rides great on the water from watching it from afar.
Yeah, epic.
And he gets a lot of fishing done, that man.
Yeah, he does. And he doesn't, he rarely misses out.
He's one of those blokes too that you're jealous of the variety of species he catches.
Yeah.
He cleans up in the reservoirs on his kayak. He's good at kingfish, tuna. He's got whiting, which we're just about to talk about.
Yeah, he's covered it off. Let's just all fangirl around him a bit more, eh?
Yeah, all right, Diz, let's keep moving before you make me blush.
Righto, Rody, let's get stuck into the fishing report.
Rody and Diz have been out on the water to bring you the news about where they're biting. Now it's time for the fishing report.
Rody, the fishing report this week is going to cover some ground. So let's first start off by a bit of a whiting report coming out of the York Peninsula. Good friend of the show, Simon Green, did well down at Stansbury.
Yeah, Diz, I think he was down there with the Northern District Sports Fishing Club.
Yep, so they've done some great trips. We've heard all about it from Simon Green. They did a trip. I think it was...
Althorpe's over summer.
Althorpe's over summer, yep. They had a great time, did well on the nannies, got some flatties. Didn't think they got some tuna, did they?
Not sure, mate. That wasn't this weekend.
But, yeah, they seem to get away and do some good trips, that crew. And, yeah, like you say, this one down at Stansbury did well on the whiting.
Better than you?
Yes, comfortably.
Yeah, good. Glad you admit that. Talking about the whiting, Diz, Josh Davey's nailed him lately.
Yeah, so Josh, we heard it from him, right? He's had some upgrades to his boat recently, whether it be the motor guide he's got with the spot lock, which helps him stay on the fish, whether it be his knowledge of the areas that he fishes, the time that he puts in. He's just been doing well. It's been coming up trumps recently for him. You'll see that if you follow him on his socials, and no doubt some great table fish that he's been getting stuck into because of his efforts.
Diz, talking about table fish, the squid still getting around?
Yeah, squid's still getting around, Rody. We had, like I say, a weekend away. Water clarity was exceptional. Yep. Exceptional.
Yeah, it was nice. I went for a run on the weekend down the beach and it looked good. Plenty of boats out Metro chasing squid too.
Yeah, and we did quite well. I think we probably ended up with 8 or 9 over the weekend. Not too bad. Nothing to like rave about, but they are so good when you we've been cooking them over the charcoal. I think we've talked about that on this podcast before, but we did it again over the weekend. It's just they're so tasty.
Can I also point out that it started at 5 squid at the start of the episode, we're now up to 8 or 9. Do you want to go for a dozen? Or
I don't think we quite got the dozen.
Nah.
Could have been low. I think it was 5 on the first day.
If we talk for long enough, it'll be a dozen.
Yeah, I think we'll get there. We'll get there for a dozen.
All right, Diz, what else is happening?
Alrighty, the barrels. So
how good's this?
Great friend of the show, Wanna Fish, was rustling up a few troops and went down and launched to Portland. Got onto them, Rody.
Yeah, and it looks like they've got them off Port Mac today. Is that what I'm putting 2 and 2 together?
Yes, I believe so. They might be really early reports. Great news that they're showing back up.
They've been going well off of Portland for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, so they seem to have, quite a few boats seem to be getting out there and the reports have been trickling through. I'm not sure that they were maybe firing as hard as they were a few months ago. But no, good to see them turning back up, and they're certainly doing well.
And did you also see a nice barrel tuna that was caught over in Port Lincoln?
Yes.
Some bloke out in his North Bank. I think he did a fair few Ks to get it.
Yeah.
But that was a good-looking fish.
Massive.
And maybe even some reports closer to home.
Well, possibly, Rhodey.
They're all whispers.
They are all whispers.
But I think they are more across the state than what people may realise. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get them closer to home as the years go on.
Yes. Well, wouldn't that just be an absolute treat?
It would, Diz, and we'll keep an eye out. We'll keep an eye out local.
Absolutely we will. Absolutely we will. Rhodey, anything else coming out of the report for you?
Look, Diz, I can't tell you anything else.
Did we end up with a dozen squid?
I reckon one more sentence and you'll get there.
Good little fishing report, Rhodey. We've just highlighted some great ways to get out there and get yourself a lovely feed of fish, Rhodey. Where can the listeners find us?
Diz, we want to hear from you on the socials, Facebook and Instagram. Dizzy's been looking long and hard into a TikTok. We haven't quite got there, but we will.
Well, with my reel-making capabilities, we'll probably shoot to stardom on TikTok.
And obviously jump on your favourite podcast service, Diz, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you like.
Yeah, you can find them everywhere. I always sort of, if I'm scrolling back through the backlogs, don't mind going on Facebook and just downloading straight from the Buzzsprout link that we post.
Make sure you subscribe and maybe even give us a bit of a rating. Give us some 5 stars out there.
Yeah, we're all about a bit of a rating. No problem at all.
Are we allowed to ask for 5 stars?
Well, I think you can encourage people to just vote what they want, and it makes sense for them to give us 5 stars.
It's probably obvious, isn't it, Diz?
It is. It is, Rhodey. Good chatting to you, mate. Good to catch up with you. Joshy Davey, thanks for coming on the show, mate. We love your work. Keep up the good stuff, and we'll hopefully see you on the water soon, as well as all you listeners out there.
See you guys.
Rhodey and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.